When the noon hour bells rang at St. Mary's Church in downtown Austin, there wasn't a big crowd for the midday mass. A year ago, as the pandemic raced through Texas, indoor church gatherings of more than 250 were outlawed by several communities across Texas. Violating the shutdown orders in some towns would result in fines and even jail time. To prevent that kind of action,
the chair now lays out Senate Bill 26.
Monday at the Texas Capitol, the State Senate Affairs Committee considered SB 26, filed by Senator Angela Paxton.
This legislation is simply and beautifully tailored to protect freedom to assemble in places of worship, to practice faith from future orders issued under emergency powers by amending the Religious Freedom Restoration Act.
About a dozen people came to the hearing to testify, all in support of SB 26. Leander pastor Hanoi Avila told the committee he understands the health reasons that were used to justify shutdown orders, but he and others also noted how across the country, as churches were closed down, other places like liquor stores and even strip clubs were classified as essential and allowed to stay open.
I may want security, but I need liberty. So preserve, protect, and defend the latter by voting yes.
Pastor Frank Pomeroy also testified.
The events of this last year, I think, has put forward an idea that the church has not been essential.
Pomeroy is the pastor of the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs. The church survived an attack in 2017 by a lone gunman. And on Sunday, Pomeroy told his congregation that he would be in Austin Monday to help stop an attack on their constitutional rights.
It's just mainly to go to show our senators that people of the church find it important enough to be able to let the church be the church in times of trials and tragedies. Of all the times a church should be open is in the midst of trials and tragedies.
In the Senate chamber, Pomeroy quoted from a letter written by Martin Luther almost 500 years ago during a similar crisis.
We die at our posts. Christian doctors cannot abandon their hospitals. Christian governors cannot flee their districts. Christian pastors cannot abandon their congregations. The plague does not dissolve our duties. In fact, it turns them to crosses on which we must be prepared to die.
Several churches, like St. Mary's, still have COVID-19 safety protocols in place. In a recent letter, Austin Diocese Bishop Joe Vasquez notified Catholic parishioners that social distancing and mask rules will remain. Safety precautions, despite Governor Greg Abbott's decision recently to eliminate capacity restrictions and the statewide mask mandate.